Hi everyone, Flaming Footy here and welcome back to a new YouTube video on the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be going over why the West Coast Eagles should use pick 1 on Harley Reid. Recently I made this video going over whether West Coast should use or whether they should trade pick number 1. I went over a couple of options which they have, but today I'm going to be going over my opinion and why I think they should draft Harley Reid. So first of all, we're going to go over his personal profile. We're going to go over him, his name, Harley Reid, obviously. He's a midfielder, although his versatility can make him play anywhere on the ground, but primarily a midfielder, and that's probably where he's going to do his best work. But he still has got plenty of craft and could be played in the forward line, like half forward, forward line, wing, half back, midfield, wherever. He's 187 centimetres, 85 kilos, and of course is from Victoria. Going to go over some of his strengths now. And his first one is contested game. This is what makes him, like, some of these stats go hand in hand, but his contested game is why he's primarily a midfielder in this draft class. And pair that with the explosiveness, and you've got one damaging play here. He can just explode out of the contest, use a Dustin Martin style fend off to go forward and kick a goal. And of course, he can kick a goal from 50 metres out and has done that on many different occasions. So those two kind of go hand in hand, but contested game, of course, finds plenty of the footy, and then his explosiveness to explode out those stoppages and just get away. His X Factor, he is a genuine X Factor player. He's a big-time player, and he's a game winner. He is a player that will win you the game. If things aren't going quite to plan or you're just down, he is the kind of person that will provide a spark. He's got brilliant versatility. He can play anywhere, as I said before, forward line, midfield, or even in the defence line as well. He's been played up forward, even as like a resting play in the forward lines at times, and still manages to hit the scoreboard, which does lead me on to the last point so far of scoreboard impact. He knows where the goals are, he knows how to find them, and of course, compared with his contested game, he's also a goal kicker, which all these stats really do just go hand in hand, but he can be in the midfield or in the forward line, knows where the goals are, knows how to explode out of contests. Now, most draftees aren't normally ready-made players. Normally, they can take a couple of years to build up their strength and build up their game in the reserves, but he's a ready-made player. Most of the prospects in this year's draft, especially from the top 5 or 6, are ready-made players, but again, though, he is still clear top. But yeah, he's a ready-made player and the most ready-made player in this year's draft. He's got brilliant strength, as I said. That pretty much just kind of goes with explosiveness, but his strength just to get out of stoppage and all that. And as well, he's a strong leader. He's got strong leadership skills. He loves to be a leader. And West Coast could sell the club to him that maybe there is a leadership opportunity there for him, which might make him want to stay, which strong leadership is just another good part of his game, which could be a potential reason to keep him there. So other stats, knows how to kick goals, kind of going over that, can play well anywhere. So if you were to put him in the forward line, he's not just going to play okay. He's not going to be brilliant. Like, he's not going to just be good in the midfield. He's going to be good anywhere else as well. No matter where you put him, he's going to have maximum impact anywhere on the ground. And a brilliant mark and lead as well. One thing which I haven't covered yet, but he's a brilliant mark and can lead. As I said, he can play like as a resting forward, almost like where a resting ruckman would play, but he can play down in the goal square, and he can still lead up and take a brilliant mark, which kind of goes with explosiveness and strength as well. Why should West Coast take him? These are the opportunities that they have. They could keep Harley Reid. He's not necessarily going to go home after 3 years or after 1 year. He could genuinely stay if they do a few of these things, and selling the club to him, build around him. If they can promise that they're going to build around him, maybe offer him a spot in the leadership group or something after a year or two, sell the club to him, tell him that this is his home, and make him excited to play there. He's a once-in-a-generational player. These players don't come around all the time. There's been shallow drafts before, and sometimes the pick 1 just hasn't been as great as what people have hoped. But I think Harley Reid, this is a once-in-a-generational player. It's been linked to the likes of players like Dustin Martin. He's genuine X Factor. He's a once-in-a-generational player. Massive and classy skill set. He's got tons of skills that make a good AFL player. His skill set is expansive and massive and classy. Everything he does is just really good. Still a couple of areas of his game that he will improve on, but that'll just happen naturally over time. He's already got really good attributes to be an AFL player, and pretty much no matter what club he goes to, he'll be a round 1 starter. He's talented and clearly the best prospect of 2023, which makes him clear top ahead of the next best. So the offers so far also put into contrast how good this play is. It makes it even more willing. It makes West Coast even more willing not to give up the number 1 pick with the offers that they've got so far, because everyone wants Harley Reid on their team. Melbourne, this was their offer. Pick 6, 11, 42 and a future first tied to them for pick 1. And West Coast knocked that back, which pretty much means if there was to be a trade, it would only be with North, but I still feel like West Coast will hold on to the number 1 pick because North gave up pick 2, 15, and 1 of 17 and 18 for pick 1 and 23 in return, and West Coast also declined that offer. So with the offers that have come through so far, it just makes it really obvious how good Harley Reid is. So as a result, that is why I believe West Coast will and definitely should take Harley Reid with the number 1 draft pick. Feel free to let me know your thoughts as to whether you think West Coast should take Harley Reid with the number 1 draft pick. But compared to some of the other players, there is a clear gap. West Coast, they don't want picks in the teens, which means if there was to be any offer, it would probably have to be North 2 and 3, which I doubt North will do that. So I think the way that it'll be going is it will be Harley Reid at 1 and then North with their 2 and 3 from there. Anyway, though, thank you guys all so much for watching. Please do make sure to leave a like, as you hit that notification bell. See you guys next another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much. Bye, everyone. Flame Footy out.